Dust swirled in the heat as Daniel tightened the last bolt on a beat-up sedan. His workshop smelled of oil and old wood, the air heavy with the hum of cicadas. Raising a son alone didn't leave much time or money, but fixing cars was all he knew. A rattling engine broke the quiet. A battered pickup rolled up, coughing thick smoke before dying completely. Out stepped a young woman in worn jeans, muddy boots, and a faded flannel shirt. She pushed back her cap, her cheeks flushed from the sun. "Truck quit on me," she said with an embarrassed smile. "It's my dad's, and I kinda promised I'd bring it back before nightfall." Daniel slid beneath the truck, his hands moving with skill and speed, bolts clinking against the floor. She stayed nearby, handing him wrenches, curious about every move he made. Between exchanges, they talked about the stubborn summer heat, her life on the farm, and his little boy Ethan, who was inside doing homework at the counter. When the engine finally roared back to life, she grinned like she'd just been handed the moon. "How much?" she asked. Daniel wiped his hands on a rag and shrugged. "Just bring me a basket of your farm's best apples sometime." 3 days later, as Daniel was locking up for the night, the familiar rumble of that old pickup pulled into the yard. But this time the truck looked freshly washed, and in the bed sat a crate overflowing with apples, fresh bread, and jars of golden honey. She stepped out with the same warm smile, but she wasn't alone. An older man in a tailored coat followed, his eyes sharp yet kind. "You're the mechanic who fixed my daughter's truck?" the man asked. Daniel nodded slowly. "Yes, sir. Just did what I could." The man extended a firm hand. "William Grant, my family owns Grant Farms, and most of the packing plants around here. Sophie told me you wouldn't take a dime from her." Daniel's stomach tightened. Grant Farms was a multi-million-dollar operation. Sophie's voice softened. "You didn't know who I was, and you still helped. My father needs someone honest to keep our fleet running." Daniel glanced toward the doorway, where Ethan stood watching, and felt a lump rise in his throat. For the first time in years, the road ahead looked wide open.